Welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is the 8th of June, and on today's podcast, we will be covering memes to catch us up with what's been going on in the news. Also, 8chan under attack, we'll be going over that. And finally, we will be going over a Majestic 12 Twitter thread that I find most interesting. But before we do that, would you please welcome my new sponsor, Virtual Shield VPN. Hello, fellow digital soldiers. Did you know the best way to secure your computer is by getting a VPN? If you don't know what that is, it helps hide your IP address, and the best one to sign up for is Virtual Shield VPN. Virtual Shield VPN is one of the easiest VPNs to use in the world. This month, Virtual Shield is offering a Father's Day celebration special of 20% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons, including Protection Plus, residential access, monthly maintenance, phone support, and a VIP performance plan for as low as $3 per month. So sign up for a free 30-day trial to Virtual Shield VPN and see what the hype is all about. You have nothing to lose. This is the best way to support True Reporting. Thank you, and God bless. Alright guys, it's good to have you aboard. Let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So for the first part of this podcast, we're going to go over some random memes that I saw that just kind of stood out to me. Then we'll get further and further into the news. So starting off with Miley Cyrus tweeting about 4 days ago, "Be right back, selling soul for rock and roll." And then we can just know that this person, Miley Cyrus, coming up through Hollywood, coming up through Disney, and then she's just changed so much. It's obviously MK Ultra. Just same thing that happens with Drew Barrymore, same thing that happens with Jonas Brothers, so on and so forth. We can see her here. Abortion is healthcare, just part of it. It's just like Katy Perry, Britney Spears. We see this so much. My advice to you is just to boycott this type of music, boycott Hollywood, Netflix, you name it, and just do some research and get outside, right? Then we see this right here, the George. Good news, live forever, love your job. The end of Social Security? Really? What's broken and how to fix it? Exclusive, the inside story of Jimmy Carter's final days in office. Survival guide to the future. This is what stands out to me. Survival guide to the future. And this was JFK Jr.'s magazine. So we could see this right here. That same magazine in the background. We see Junior here. That same lady that I just showed you. Platform 2020. I mean, it doesn't get more. The synchronicities are just insane at this point, guys. What is this reality? Interesting text messages I got this morning from a good friend. He had some pretty good, credible sources as friends and got this message. I am copying and pasting exactly as it was received. Not my info, stole from another Q group whose member stated, "Don't ask me how I found out. There's no link at all. I just oddly had a lunch with an American businessman in his 60s selling hides for hunters, and he told me his son is a park ranger, and guess where? Mount Rushmore. Why am I talking about this? A huge event is happening here on the 4th of July. Fireworks, bands, soldiers, and someone from the past is making his introduction. Someone who never died. I can't say who, but I think you know who I'm talking about. He will also be vice president in 2020. Pence will be gone." Now, we know this, that Trump just said that he will be announcing his 2020 run in Orlando. I believe that's sometime in July. And he said Mike Pence will be the vice president. So let's just keep our eyes peeled, right? I am very excited because his son is in charge of security details there with Secret Service, and someone very big will make an appearance, and security will be tight for 100 square miles with the park. So if anyone is going to this event, do not bring any form of weapons unless you are part of the crew. Everyone who enters will be searched heavily because most likely Trump will be there too. Introduces who's coming to light. Wow. Trump supporters will get a notice on the event. Dang, I wish I was there. Honestly, this is going to be an awesome event that will blow doubters and haters' minds away. I always knew he was not dead and using a different identity. Dark becomes light. Be safe and enjoy the event. Where we go one, we go all. So take that as, a grain of salt as of now, but definitely, let's just keep our eyes peeled on what could happen, because as synchronicities like this are happening, anything is possible on this timeline. Vincent Price, you may be aware of him. He did a lot of horror movies, a lot of voices. Vincent Leonard Price Jr. was an American actor best known for his performances in horror movies, although his career spanned other genres, including film noir, drama, mystery, thriller, and comedy. He appeared on stage, television, and radio, and in more than 100 films. He died in 1993. So I'm sure a lot of you know who this man is. He's very familiar to me. I know of him. Then we see him with Drew Barrymore. 1986 stock image of Vincent Price and Drew Barrymore. Effing wow. So we see him. Drew Barrymore, what are you wearing? It's just like they're puppets, right? Then we see this symbol. Again, this symbol dating back to, we don't know how long this dates back. This could be an ancient symbol meaning the same thing. It could date back to Greece, because a lot of pedophilia took place during the Roman times. We all know about that. But this is on her birthday suit, right? We all know this symbol. Just look at the FBI keywords and images for pedophilia is very disturbing. Also, we see here, this is just more of a blown up picture that we can zoom in on a little bit, they both have hearts. I mean, what is this guy doing with her? This is the same stuff that we see today. It's the exact same stuff we see with spirit cooking, everyone dressed up, very nice. Just so disturbing, like Tony Podesta, John Podesta, James Alefantis. A lot of these people just dress up, and this is what they do. Their currency is children. Money no longer matters when you have it all, correct? There we go. That's the full picture. Weird. So this has been going on for a long time. Maybe, this is cause of the drugs that have entered Drew Barrymore's life. Remember, she had a real long drug streak, but we'll see. Breaking, Mexico freezes accounts of human traffickers tied to migrant caravans, government says. Well, it's about time. Mexico freezes accounts of human traffickers tied to migrant caravans. I mean, this should have been done years ago, right? And this is how I think of Hollywood: Satanists and pedophiles. This is what should be up and down the board for 98% of Hollywood, right? Now, let's get into the nitty gritty. All four of these cases have happened in the past few days. We're talking a lot of senators, police department members, officers, high-end members. A lot of people in the government are being killed. And it's all suicides, just strange, shocking deaths. All four of these cases have happened in the past few days. Former senators shot dead in their homes, one in Arkansas and one in Oklahoma. New York Police Department deputy chief allegedly shot himself just days before retirement. An NYPD detective is now missing. All of this. Why is all this happening in New York City? I know New York City is big, but we all know that there's the insurance file. We have Anthony Weiner's laptop in the Southern District of New York. It is still there, the hard drive. So we will see, right? This is getting very strange. Tribunal report breaking. Another suicide in the upper ranks of the New York PD. What a tragic week of untimely deaths alongside two state senators. Second NYP suicide. It says veteran NYP detective kills himself hours after chief does the same. No coincidences, guys. Arkansas judge seals police records in killing of former Senator Linda Collins Smith. Arkansas, are we seeing the ties? Judge seals police records, sealing records in the killing of the former senator. June 5th, Randolph Company residents shocked by death of former state senator Collins Smith. The state GOP confirmed former Senator Collins Smith has died. However, investigators have not officially confirmed the remains found outside her home are hers, and they were. A homicide investigation that rattled Randolph County is underway after human remains were found outside former state senator Linda Collins Smith's Pocahontas home Tuesday. Pocahontas, all right? Former Arkansas state senator calls into QAnon YouTube channel. Wow. Come on, guys. Former Oklahoma state senator found dead in Norman home. What is going on, guys? NYPD chief fatally shoots self a month before mandatory retirement. That does not happen. Breaking.com, the Silks handed his papers to the NYPD last night. He was scheduled to retire at the end of July after 38 years on the job and just kills himself. All 4 of these cases have happened in the past few days. An update: a missing homicide detective Joe Calabrese found dead. Another one. Then we can see here, I saw this picture. This is from Instagram. Does Elton John creep anyone else out when you see who his friends are or what he had been accused of over the years? Notice the shoes. So we see red shoes. We all know about that, right? Little kid sitting right beside him. Probably his son. He is adopted. Now, this almost made me gasp the first time I saw this. Teeth. These weird shoes. I mean, is that a tongue? It's like a mouth. They're wearing mouths. Ugh. This is from Cabamore. I suggest following him on Twitter. NYPD Chief Silks was feeling safe closer to retirement and was reporting pedophile co-workers he'd known about for years and some discovered recently. At retirement, he planned to move away. He was murdered and it was staged to look like suicide. There you go. Breaking. Lieutenant General Michael Flynn is 100% done with Covington, the law firm, according to sources. He has already retained a new counsel to represent him. Motion filed this morning developing. Follow Sarah A. Carter, please. Amazing information coming from her. So all of this earlier with Michael Flynn and getting lawyers and supposedly stepping down, being fired, and then under investigation. Was this all theatrics? I believe it was. I believe that everything we've been watching is part of a movie, and now we are about to witness the end. Gonna be exciting, guys. Making a list, checking it twice. Someone is headed to prison for life at the hand of William Barr. Then, this is another one, right? George Papadopoulos, a new age has begun. A new age of enlightenment, maybe? Leader of the Mexican church, La Luz del Mundo, charged with child rape, human trafficking, and SoCal. 24-year-old Susana Medina were arrested Monday after landing at Los Angeles International Airport. Garcia, 50, faces 26 counts. Again, this is the leader of the Mexican church. Of felony charges that range from human trafficking and production of child pornography to forcible rape of a minor. He's just the leader of a Mexican church, right? Why does this always have to do with the churches, guys? Then we see here from Majestic 12. Please follow them on Twitter. From Jack Posobiec, I know a lot of people, he may be part of the MAGA coalition, but nevertheless, I'm going to read this. Breaking. Trump DOJ opens new investigation into billionaire pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Hashtag unseal Epstein. There we go. The DOJ is right back at him, and I'm digging every second of it. Let's get into some more memes. So, like I said earlier in the intro, that 8chan is under attack. They're under attack, and they're trying to put child pornography on 8chan to get it shut down. We all know why, because 8chan has Q, and thus that is our link between what goes on behind the scenes and to us, just making us aware. This is the whole Great Awakening. They know that the Q is not some LARP, that it is something to fear. They fear this, and they're trying to shut it down any way they can. They tie school shootings to Q. Anything that is derogatory, Pizzagate, a lot of, everything that we could think of is there to discredit Q, make it something that is not good for humanity. But we all know it is. So December 14th, Kia simultaneously claiming that there's nothing wrong with the pictures on 8chan, but also that Dan Olson should be reported to the FBI. I'm now wondering how Pizzagators feel about 8chan. We're continuing on. It says, child porn on 8chan, free speech, reporting on the sex life of a public person who publicizes his sex life, unacceptable at Still Gray. At least a few of them have recognized that they're going to have it both ways. Defend 8chan and attack foldable human. Pumpkin Fright, right? Here he goes. This is from yesterday. That same guy. Tech reporter charged with soliciting child sex online. This is this guy right here. Same dude. Pumpkin Fright. So I'm now wondering how Pizzagators feel about Achan, right? He's trying to besmirch Achan, and then boom, here he is. From April 18, 2019 up to and including or about May 22nd in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Peter Bright, the defendant, willfully and knowingly did use a facility and means of interstate in foreign commerce to persuade, induce, entice, and coerce an individual who had not attained the age of 18 years to engage in sexual activity for which a person can be charged with a criminal offense. Report CP, child porn, as you see it and refresh often. This is from yesterday. Actually, this is from today, excuse me. Report CP as you see it and refresh often. Globals are helping with removal. I did a global report of the CP. This is not who we are. You should be able to refresh screen and be able to have it removed. This is not Achan, right? This is from the board owner. Achan is not about that. It's just about anonymous people on message boards putting out information, whether it's anything from stuff that's funny to stuff that's important. But CP is not acceptable by any means, and this is the board owner. He's stepping up, right? It's baffling that a pedophile trying to entice children still made sure to score brownie points by using the proper SJW terminology, because he definitely did not want to be seen as a bigot. It's the great undercover cop. It's great the undercover cop didn't even know what the F heteronormative meant. Zoom in. On or about April 17, 2019, UC-1 posing as a mother of a 9-year-old boy, the boy, and 7-year-old girl, the girl, and together with the boy, the minors, posted a public message on an online social media fetish platform called Kinked, seeking to chat with people who are, in sum and substance, interested in teaching her children lessons about the birds and the bees. What a freak show. He even looked like a liberal. Do you want the lessons to be about heteronormative? The cop, sorry for my ignorance. What do you mean by that? As opposed to what? Does the girl eat flowers and the boy suck snakes? My God. Excuse me. This is not the officer. This is actually what occurred online. Let's get into the Majestic 12 Twitter thread. Very interesting stuff. So coming from Majestic 12, please follow them on Twitter. Ask me anything. Majestic 8 plus 2 typist 1947 Eastern Time. Yes or no answers only. They do this a lot, which makes me feel like they're validating themselves. Majestic message of disclosure. Israel is being saved for last, and their follow Q. Okay, so they're definitely on the good side. Who created the UFO phenomenon? Army Airfield, MJ-12. What if we told you that Roswell resulted in striking a deal that required us to covertly disclose the deal? The endless wars, and there's so many of them, have come to an end, mercifully. Jerusalem is now recognized the capital of Israel. Endless war now ending? What if all of this was part of the plan? What plan? Majestic 12's disclosure plan. Disinformation is both real and necessary, and we used it to disclose the entire operation. We objected to it until MJ-12 was taken over by the rogue actors after JFK. The deal was made. The technology can be revealed. Who created the modern interpretation of the Bible? Majestic. Now, this is not blasphemy. The modern interpretation. The Bible has been reiterated and changed up many a times. So just know that, right? You obviously know that. There's different versions of the Bible. There's different interpretations of the Bible. There is a modern interpretation. Who created it? Majestic. The act is interacting with the gods, and the information may seem forbidden to the dogmatic religions of Abraham. The occult knowledge of our existence is that the purpose of life is to experience, and love is the universal currency. I don't argue with that. I hope you wouldn't either. Again, the occult knowledge of our existence is that the purpose of life is to experience, and love is the universal currency. So experience life, and love is your currency. You don't deceive those you love. What if you created a new currency, or that you could hoard, right? Something that's material. What if you acquired so much of it that it made you drunk on power? Many heads are dropping, and we will not give away any names, dates, or classified information. Would you believe us if we told you the Zionists' state of Israel is controlled by an ET entity reclaiming dominance over earth and Jerusalem, completely unaffiliated with the Jews? However, the leader of Israel is perceived to be the leader of the world. We have fulfilled the agreement. Now it's time for disclosure. All of those wars weren't for oil. There were many extraterrestrial components involved that was extremely delicate to handle. Many crimes were taking place while we were distracted collecting all of the new information and disseminating it into public consciousness. The channel we seeded this into was already under control of this entity, and therefore we handed them the weapon that could destroy themselves. They never thought she would lose. These people are stupid and sick. They don't serve humanity, and the world is about to learn why, and disclosure follows. So guys, like I said, we are entering a new age of enlightenment. What have we learned today? That 8chan is under attack. It will always be under attack because that is the link between us and this military operation, the public and the military operation, which we need to be involved in so we know what's going on to a certain extent, obviously, because we're not the only ones on 8chan. There were many people from the deep state on there, CIA, FBI. A lot of people are on that forum. And with the Majestic 12 information coming out, we do know that ETs, in my opinion, I believe they're real, that they are integrating with our information. They could be evil. I'm not saying they're good or bad. I'm just saying they could be evil. And maybe they have taken over these people that have ran our country and the world. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Clintons, the Bushes. Anyone who's going to actually bring down the Twin Towers are not good people. They may not even be people anymore. So guys, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting. And don't forget to leave a like. You can donate to this channel by going to my PayPal or Patreon in the description box below. And also a P.O. box has been open if you would care to send stuff to me. We will do unboxings live on the podcast, probably on the live stream sections of this channel. We will do unboxings, which will be really cool. My friends, please have a great rest of your weekend. Be kind and loving to one another, and we'll talk to you very soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.